right, all right, all right. Hey, I cut that thing short. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Reach Journal, and it is Friday. It looks crooked, but it isn't. I think it's just the way the light's hitting it. Yeah, it is. It is Friday, and I'm hearing in one ear only. Come on, double ear. Yeah, I know. If I touch this, it'll all go out. So I'll just live with one ear. Yeah, Friday. February 7th. Yep, 2025. Rolling through the new year like it's nothing. We started today later because I didn't know if there was going to be a live stream because I'm still, you know how the weather's up here and then you go under it. Yeah, that's how I'm under the weather. But not, I'm going through my motions like I do here and there. So this one extended. It came back with a vengeance, and yeah, I just ate for the first time, literally 10 minutes ago, in 3 days. Yeah, I drank a lot of sugar-free. I have the cup, but it's not. It never mind. But I uh I like the cup. It's got a lid. And I also have another one, but it falls over too easily, so I just use this for now. But and I would drink my weight gain drink, so I was still getting about 2,000 calories a day, which should maintain, but it looks like I lost considerable weight. Not that you would see it, you can't underneath all this, but I could tell. It sucks. I lose weight fast. I always had a fast metabolism. I could lose 5 pounds like that, like it's nothing. Yeah, I don't know how I'm even losing weight, to be honest. It's like hardly any fat left. It's like my body ate it all. I'm like veins and vascularity, except for the stomach area. That's a little harder at this age to get that. And after I had the gallbladder surgery, my stomach's not the same. It when you have gallbladder surgery, see what they do, they make incisions, four of them, maybe five. I think it's four or five. And then they go in from these different angles watching it on TV, but they blow air into your underneath so it can your skin lift away from the muscle and all that shit. They say you will see puffing. And I did. But mine never went away. My stomach it'll never look like it did before that surgery. It's weird. It's weird. Like I can never be flat. There's always a little bump at the top, like where he fucked up. Because I'm telling you, they fucked up. I even told him. I went to see him like 10 days after the operation, and I go, it didn't go down, bro. He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, my stomach, it's still fat. It looks like I just ate a bunch of spaghetti, and the person who made it. I don't understand this. Well, everything seemed normal. Sure. Let me look at this, right? Oh, no, everything looks normal. I just don't understand. Well, maybe the air is taking it. The air. Everybody said that goes away within a day or two. But 10 days later. Anyway, that's what's happening. Just weirdness. Ah, juicy fruit. Ah, yes, you probably do. Well, after you have children, as far as women go, your whole body changes, right? It never goes snaps back, wash after wash, kid after kid. Not like a t-shirt. Hey, look, boop, another baby. Hey, everything looks just like it did. Hey, and I don't know about that because I've been with women who've had children, and I can't see but I didn't know them before, so. But there was nothing wrong with it. that I knew of. Maybe there was something going on. I don't know. Let me see this. I have got a story, a personal story, that I can't talk about yet. And it has to do with this community. And I'm enraged. So I can't really talk about what's going on behind the scenes about GUFON. But I'm so mad that I need to just not say anything now. But just know this. If things don't get right, if they're not made right, somebody will not be happy with me. And we may never see GUFON again. It's true. It's true. But, that's 3 months down the road, 4 months, maybe the summer, I don't know. But I'm working on this story. And now I'm doing some research about the person. And I want to get as much dirt on this person as possible. I want to find out where their money goes. I'm going to do FOIA requests. I'm going to do it all and learn everything I can about this person. And then I'm going to expose them for the person they really are. And maybe lawsuits. You never know. But I'm going to go. I'm going to have to get a lawyer involved because I'm going to say some shit. So we'll see. I'm just very angry. So I can't. I was told not to talk about it. Because we don't want these people to know. Well, won't they know now? No. You'll see. You'll see in due time. But I'm so angry. It's just, how could somebody be that stupid? That's all I have to say. The dumbest people that I've ever met are from this community. Christopher Bledsoe, never met him. But I'm telling you, that's got to be one of the dumbest people in the community who's making a living on a lie. On a lie. No. He believes it. Come again? He believes it. So that means I got to believe it. Give me a break. This guy, it's unbelievable. Now, we've got... Oh, I'm so stupid. God, I hate me. No, I really do. I was supposed to play, not only was I supposed to play the new intro, that wasn't going to happen tonight. Should have happened yesterday, didn't. But I was supposed to play this intro tonight, and I forgot all about it. To start the show instead of having the dun 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 GUFON, instead of that, I was going to give you something nice. And I ruined it. I do this every single night. It's no wonder. Well, I'm going to play it now because it's a good way to roll into the show. So here's a few minutes. I think it's about 3 minutes, really. Well, you'll see. I think it's a preview to a new movie. And that's what I was going to start tonight's show with. Get me out.
The American people are ready to receive the truth.
This would have been nice to start the show.
Humanity is not the only intelligence in the universe.
Humanity is not the only intelligent species.
We are absolutely not alone.
Non-human intelligence exists.
UAPs are real, they're here, and they're not human. I spent 25 years as a senior official with the CIA.
I worked on highly classified UAP programs.
28 years as an astrophysicist.
I served as the 4th Director of
And
National
where's the
Intelligence.
Director of Aviation Security in the National Security Council.
A one-star admiral after 32 years of service.
People that come forward with this, I feel like they've taken their life in their own hands.
I was recruited to a highly sensitive government program that investigated unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Liar.
For over 16 years, on behalf of the U.S. government, I worked as a senior intelligence official on the unidentified aerial phenomenon topic.
We learned that the U.S. government was involved in a long-running secret war with other nations to collect and reverse engineer vehicles not made by humans.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
So look at this thing. It's rotating. There's a whole fleet of them.
The first country that cracks the code on this technology will be the leader for years to come.
China has established its own version of a UAP task force.
You think for a second that they wouldn't consider using it to achieve their ends of domination?
This is similar to the Manhattan Project.
Guys, we could do a whole show on this trailer.
This is the atomic weapon on steroids.
This is so secret. Very, very few people in our entire government have been allowed access to it.
Even presidents have been operating on a need-to-know basis. But that begins to ramp out of control.
It's not acceptable to have secret parts of government that no one ever sees.
You better be careful about a government that doesn't trust its people, because there's no telling what they'll pull on you.
This is the biggest discovery in human history.
You had information being locked away that could change the trajectory for species.
It has so many beneficial impacts, including clean
As they show us
energy.
hoaxes and lies.
We should have disclosure today. We should have disclosure tomorrow. The time has come.
Hey guys, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you in on something.
What else you want to know?
How much you don't weigh. Who's doing this here? Who edited this? A Farah Films production, produced by Dan Farah, directed by Dan Farah. What else has Dan Farah done? They make it look so good. That was a nice little trailer. Yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Yeah, we could do a whole show on that. I saw a couple of memberships popping in. What is going on? Let's do a little roll call. We'll start off with Dorothy. No. Yeah, you'll find out. It's really a shame what has happened. Dorothy, thank you for the $2. Oh, can I just tell you, I don't let anybody get me down. You know when they get me down? During the show. Was when I think about it, and when I'm coming up with the show topics and I get these videos together and I'm like, okay, oh God, it makes me so mad. And the reason I don't watch videos through the first 5 seconds, because I want to have that true emotion come out during the show. If I watch something once and then watch it again, I'm going to have to fake my excitement. I don't really like that. So sometimes I'll watch a video because I have to. Got to talk about it before I play it, but not that often. But thank you, $2 from Dorothy. Thank you very much, a continuing supporter of GUFON. And welcome to the show. Sky Allen's here. What do you say there, Chief? Welcome to the show. Dinkamazi, welcome to the show. Bet, Yorkshire California, welcome to the show. What do you say, Jeanette, the angel of GUFON? How are you? Marcel, Goofonian, my tall head. Welcome to the show. What's up, D-Tubbin? How you doing? I see myself non-human every day I wake up. Jeez whiz, kid. So do I. I don't see myself the same way. I see myself as different. I'm differently abled. Thor Panku, welcome to. How you doing? What's up, Wheeze? Happy Friday to you, my friend. Gyro, welcome to the show. How you doing? Ms. DJ, so nice to see you here twice. What's up, GC? Glenn Collins, everybody. How you doing, Chief? All right, if I didn't say your name doesn't mean I don't love you. Hey, Tony, how you doing that? Oh, Kelly Lewis celebrates 17 months of memberships. Thank you very much. And there was somebody else who popped up I saw. Dinkamazi. Thank you, Kelly. 33 mo's of membership. Have you heard the rumor that David Wilcock is suing Scambian for bullying? He'll never go through. And if he is, you know, as much as I don't want to, I'm on Scambian's side. Of course, David Wilcock deserves the shit he receives from him, me, you, everybody. That guy lied to the world. He doesn't deserve the air we breathe anymore. Telling us 2 years ago, I made a flying car prototype coming out in a year. Last year it didn't happen. Now he's like, oh, I'm gonna sue because people are mad at me. There's a very fine line between harassment, bullying, and just doing a lot of research. There's three fine lines, or a couple fine lines there. If Scambian is just doing stories like we talk about Eleganzo almost every day, right? Because he's a piece of shit and he's not doing anything, in my opinion, for this community except creating havoc, lies, and making money off of it now. Look how big he got. He's wearing all black now to you know, like me. I mean, I'm wearing almost all black because I'm a bastard. No, I'm not. I just love the black color. I do. I mean, look at the hat. But anyway, this is the only way Scambian would be harassing or bullying. It would have to be a step up from harassment. And you can harass somebody and then they say, hey, stop harassing me. But people don't understand what harassing is. Now, bullying, wow. I don't know the laws on bullying, believe it or not. But in my opinion, I think that would have to be, you would have to make threats, I think, like harmful threats. And I don't think Scambian would do that. Now, if he's making, you know, I'm going to sue you for lying to the world or whatever, maybe Scambian's got dirt on him and he doesn't like it, so he's just going to sue him to make his life miserable. Well, that could be looked at by the judge or whoever looks at this shit before it goes to court as a frivolous lawsuit. I mean, I don't think Scambian's flying out there to California to harass him. And even if he did go out there, there's certain levels of intimidation that the law provides. Free speech. Scambian could stand outside all day on the sidewalk and say, Wilcock's a prick. He can do whatever he wants. I'm about to do it to the vape owner over here, one of the vape shop owners. One of the meanest people I've ever met in my life. Yeah, just a dick to everybody. And I want to let people know, so I'm going to hold a sign. Meanest vape owner, vape shop owner, and see what happens. You know, of course, I got to try to get material for RSA. But that's what you got to do. And that might be considered harassment, but on a public sidewalk, you're allowed. So they may not like it. Their feelings may be hurt. And maybe that's what David Wilcock is all about. His feelings are hurt. He keeps hurting my feelings and I want to sue. What's the matter, little David? And that Scambian guy, he keeps talking that I fake lied, but you did. And you never keep your word on anything. But still, I don't like it. Sue him. Sue him. Sue everybody. And David Wilcock, whatever the fuck his name is, he's known for suing. It's so stupid. You know? I think Scambian's smarter than Wilcock. And I do. I think he wouldn't go that far as to bully somebody. But it is Scambian, and we know he's capable of doing the illegal. So if that's true, I'll look into it. I want to see if that's a thing. I'll go search on the internet after, well, tomorrow, but interesting. No, didn't hear about it. Yeah. And plus I've been out of it. Like, I haven't been feeling well. The research I do it's there, but I just haven't been digging the last few days. Except for today. Started feeling better about 2 hours before the show. So I decided to put it up, and here we are. And some of the things like that trailer right there, it's going to be another movie not made for you or me. It's made for the people who don't know what's going on and need an update, because that's all these movies are nowadays. They follow the third phase of Moon platform, where you get the people talking, throw a few beepity beepity beep, overlays on it, flashbacks, right? There's some cool music, narrate some facts, right? Interview, music, facts. Interview, music, facts. Interview, music, facts. It's the EMF. I'm sorry, IMF. Interview, what? Interview? Anyway, there is a what do you call it? I guess a template on how to make a pretty good documentary with very little. You just need 5 people, and you need 4 people to interview and 1 really good big name, like Greer, and then you throw in Michael Schrad and Jimmy Garofalo, some other names you hear now and then. Jimmy Garofalo, might as well be. I know it's Jenny Garofalo. God, I can't stand her. I thought she was funny when she was new, 30 years ago. Turned out to be a bitch. All right. Let's get serious now. Disclosure. I know you want it. Now the new thing is complete disclosure. Because so many people like Elizondo said, disclosure already happened and we're halfway through it. You can't have it happen and be halfway through it without showing any evidence. Good Lord. You think half of it's out? Half? Good Lord. When's the evidence show up? When 95% of you guys come out? It's so stupid. We're being inundated with so many stories, and then they always turn out to be what? Bullshit. And now get this. Now there's this new term that Corbell's trying to put out there. The techno-terrestrial. I'm not kidding. This guy's always trying to reinvent shit just to be new and relevant. It's his techno-terrestrial hypothesis, and that humans and consciousness seeded on Earth by AI. Where do you write this? I mean, who comes up with this for him? Huh? Where does he get these ideas? You know where. He doesn't think of them. He gets them from other people.
This idea that the crafts are sentient, that the occupants might be part of the hardware that can sentient hardware that can detach from its shell
wetware.
or wetware.
Oh,
yeah, wetware. Right. Thank you. I knew there was a term for it.
Yeah.
And that I also think that all of this could be advanced artificial intelligence.
Sure.
I mean, we send robots into space right now.
Yeah.
If we could send a probe to Mars that would do the things that UFOs and aliens are doing here, we would. You know what I mean? Bioengineer or create a pilot that can specifically fly that craft through whatever means it takes for interstellar travel and survive. Going all the way back to Roswell, we hear stories about how the bodies, the mouths were pockets, and there were no navels, there were no genitalia. To me, this
maybe they were wearing spacesuits.
Says that these things were not necessarily, they don't need to eat, they don't need to reproduce,
they're just made.
You know. So
they don't need to eat or reproduce. Well, that just, who cares if you're going to be a space traveler and that's all you're designed to be. Yes, that makes sense. You would design. Doesn't make sense. Why would you design the being to make the trip? You design the ship to keep you safe from the shit. You don't try to reconstruct DNA. That to me sounds like more work than just making a ship that can be in radiation or in deep international space. I know, Interstellar. But, you know, this guy's trying. At least he's trying.
Big proponent of this idea because it kind of makes the most, as bizarre and
doesn't make sense to me
that it is, and kind of sad as it is in a way. You know, I don't know.
I think it's beautiful.
It's I mean,
this idea of, imagine
it's a beautiful idea to hybridize beings so they could fly through space and survive? Huh? That's beautiful? I don't know. That sounds barbaric. Just make a ship. Make a ship that can keep you safe. That's the only thing. Well, the ship is alive. Now the ship's got to be alive. See, this is all new to some people, but this has been talked about forever. The ships are alive. They're part of them. Yeah, maybe they are. Just like in that movie, right? With the kid and the what was that movie called? We all watched it when we were kids. I hated that. I hated the kid. I thought he was an overacting and too eager. Go.
An intelligence that's billions of years old that has transcended the physical form.
Yeah.
But can
Okay, Steven Tyler 2.0. Jesus, now we're talking about billions of year old beings? Billions? Where do they get their information? There's no beings that have been, we don't know. You can't just say shit like it's real. Oh, these are beings that have been around for billions of years. No. Stop quoting Contact. Okay? This is the way it's been done for billions of years. They didn't say it's been done to one species, you mohawk. They said it is the way it's been done. Well, because you know he's quoting Contact. It's the way it's been done for billions and billions. No.
Face directly with nature and biology and just spread throughout the universe as like this consciousness that can exist in sort of any form. It's like mastered reality.
Mastered telepathy, interstellar travel.
And I would jump to the conclusion, and I realize that we're not there, but that if something reached that level, it would be largely benign. Because of why would it fight us? It's not concerned about resources at that point. I mean, that's to say if this is actually what it is.
Right.
But if it were that, in my mind, it's something that's so far beyond.
Well, it would have to evolve to a point where its own species or race didn't destroy themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think
maybe
that
it's
also
overcome all the shit that we're dealing with right now.
Right.
Why do people think that every civilization that's not human is going to go through the same trials and tribulations. Why? Because that's the way it's been done for billions of years. Okay, Carl Sagan.
But then that also places us somewhere on that
Flight
giant
of the
wheel, right?
Navigator.
That's like
There you
always
go.
going where we're just now sort of birthing this proto-sentient AI. AI is definitely not sentient. I'm not saying that, but we're reaching
It looks
those
like
steps.
Steven
And we're
Tyler from the
somewhere
side,
in
right?
that cycle that's always going in the universe somewhere,
towards
you know.
that.
And so it's like constantly sort of inventing itself in this circular time-space loop, and we're just like a seed growing a tree. You know what I mean?
I'm not convinced that we're not an artificial intelligence. And I know that comes down, that comes down to a definition, right? It is, in my kind of exploration of thought, I was talking about something I call the techno-terrestrial hypothesis. You know, something that is, to me,
sound of that.
interesting. I was talking about this years ago, trying to understand, you know, and weave together the best.
Because of the music, techno music, he just said many years ago he came up with this.
Insights that I have on this, but
that's when techno was popular.
There's an argument to be made that human consciousness is somehow embedded, almost like directed panspermia, you know, directed panspermia though onto Earth, and that this is happening all over the vast universe by maybe another intelligence, maybe, as you said, transcended the need for physical form, right? So if that's the case, we would be an artificial intelligence. And then we say, well, are we sentient? Well, it depends how you define that term. Sentience might be a multi-layered thing, and we are experiencing sentience on one level.
Interesting. Very interesting. I talked too much already. I know. I'm sorry. Well, that takes us right into what really irks me in this field. And, you know, what doesn't irk me? Yeah, I'll tell you what doesn't irk me is honesty. We don't see it. Really. There's people doing good work, right? Nobody ever talks about them. We should. We should probably start focusing on people doing the good and not these charlatans that are here all the time on mainstream media trying to make a buck with some made-up shenanigans about the lady in white, sounding like the guy's dying every single time you hear him talk. I just want to do it, the white lady. You know, shut off with the sympathy voice and your vocal fry. So tired of this California bullshit. Isn't that where he's from? He's not? Yes, he is. Wait. He's not? I know. But he sounds like it. He does. Father John Misty. You familiar? Check this out. So, when Diana Pasulka inferred we might be seeing another Paul Bennewitz situation with Christopher Bledsoe, all I could think was, I really need to get a life. Paul Bennewitz with Bledsoe? Really? She thinks that? Is that him? What happened to him? That's not Bledsoe, is it? Oh shit, that's a song. I didn't want that on here. God damn it. That's how they got me. Never mind then. All right, here it is. So, here, just take a look.
of the world culture seems to be encouraging fear of all kinds of things all the time. Chris, yes, and the dark forces know that, and they actually engineer, and it breeds upon itself if you let it fester and becomes more negative. This is about a disaster coming that I was shown that doesn't have to happen, and if we don't change, we are going down the wrong path. Humanity will never awaken. It will be stolen from us through fear and darkness. The truth will bring love and peace upon this world, and it will be through the mother energy that brings about the light and nourishment and love to this world from the feminine. We have to tell the truth. We have to change everything to find that new place, that new beginning. And it's time. It's now.
It's a great message. One we've been hearing for 80 years. Thank you, Christopher B. I want to show you this quick video. And I also want to let you know, I'm going to try to get to the bottom of the hour. I'm not feeling that well out of nowhere. I just started sweating. And I don't know, man. It's just a ride I'm on right now. I don't know why my body's just out of control. It's all from diabetes, man. It's a bitch. God. Anyway, I want to show you this video of this supposed something or another. But these are the lights I was talking about. These are the drones that China has. What you're about to see is real. This has not been doctored or sped up. Go. Go. Go! See what I mean? These are the lights that we have been talking about, that were above the clouds, and we couldn't tell where the light was coming from. And everybody kept saying, oh, it's a light from the bottom on the ground. It's what do you call strobe light or some sort of light? But it wasn't. It was these things. Anyway, pretty colorful, beautiful, drone-esque, I guess. I don't know. But that's the new world we're coming into. That could have been an AI. I don't know. Everything I see now is in 100%. I don't believe you anymore. It's ridiculous. Everything looks so real. When they make it an AI, it's hard to tell. And now you'll see a video that could be a legitimate UFO now more than ever. And they're going to say, that's a UFO. And everybody's going to say, no, it's not. It's AI, without knowing anything about it. They're just going to assume. We're done. It has gotten nearly impossible to tell what's real and what's AI. And then Bledsoe wants to come around and keep up his and throw in his 2 cents. But here he gets caught in a lie. I should have played this one earlier. A couple of years ago, Bledsoe posted this video of a SpaceX launch. However, when you listen to the audio, he says, thank you, Lord, numerous times for his orb shining. And whomever he is on the phone with says, this is incredible. This is something very touching, connected to your loss in your daughter. This very well could be a sign for you, Jim. He uses SpaceX launch to play into a loss of someone's daughter. Really think about that for a moment, this person says. When a meteorite enters the video, which is actually pretty cool, minus the audio narration, he thanks the Lord again and believes it came straight at him and dipped into the woods. He feels and pushes the narrative these sightings are because of him. And people believe it, is what this person said. And then he finishes, I will admit, Chris actually strikes me as a genuine, albeit very misguided and misled, likely by others around him enabling all this. I feel he likely does believe much of what he says, and I won't fault him for wanting to believe, but this is something that should be platformed and encouraged? No. Somebody said, oh yeah, and then they said, I'm actually a bit surprised Sean Ryan had him on. This video alone is telling, but it doesn't stop here. All right. So he's talking to nothing, SpaceX and a meteorite, and he thinks it's the Lord.
By the way, I'm sorry. While you're talking, I'm filming the most incredible thing. There's a bright orb running the length of my pond, and it has a tail on it. My Lord, thank you for this. My voice is shaking.
Oh my God.
You're not going to believe this video. I'm 24 seconds in.
I'm embarrassed
and it's
for him.
responding to our conversation, guys. And this is amazing, I'm telling you. It has an aura around this orb, a tail. It's shaped like a V, and it's very big, and it's orange, pinkish orange. It's still meandering down the length of my pond. I mean, this is incredible. This is something very touching, connected to your loss and your daughter. This very well could be a sign for you, Jim. This is amazing. I'm telling you, you're not going to believe this when I share it with you, David, both of you. We're talking amazing. I mean,
Master manipulator.
I can't explain what I'm looking at right now.
Of course you can. Nobody can.
But I'm going to show you, Lord willing, this video.
Oh, look.
Oh, Lord, thank you, my Lord. Wow. Wow. Did you see it? Wow. You want to believe what I just filmed? It came straight at me and dipped down in the woods while I'm filming this huge orb with the tail. Now, this is amazing. You both are going to be blown away when you see this. Thank you, Lord, for this. And now I got an orb appeared above me, another one. This is crazy. My voice is shaking. It's turned and it's heading just above the trees now. This huge orb with a tail, huge tail.
Good Lord, what a show. And this guy is loved by a lot of people. People that are looking for an answer to whatever. They just don't want to believe we live in a reality where it's reality, you know? Now, this guy's outside. You think that's for him? Really? I was outside so much. I don't know how many hours a day this guy's out there, but I've captured several little shooting stars too. It doesn't mean it was for me. Oh, thank you. It came right at me and dipped. My voice is shaking. I feel like I'm I feel like a winner. Ugh. Just so white trash. That's why I don't like it. Because he's just trash. And I don't like trash making money over fist, hand, and all that other shit off of trash. Everybody connected to the Bledsoes, trash. And they know it. But he is that ching ching mobile. Cha-ching. We're going to ride Dad all the way to the bank. His health may not be good, but his spirits are strong. Shut off. Just get off the planet. Will you finally do us all a favor and go with the lady? Go to the light. Go to the light. I think it's time we pay tribute to J. Allen Hynek one more night. It is Friday. If you weren't here last night,
secret UFO base.
J. Allen Hynek in the movie Close Encounters of the... Look at this beautiful man. Stroke that beard, Johnny. Yeah. Pipe it. Oh, God. Gorgeous. He nailed it. Perfect. What I want you to do is just go through the crowd, meander, stroke your beard, then put your pipe in like you're amazed. Stroke it. Pipe it. Perfect. That's a wrap. What a beautiful human being. No? You want to see an incredible UFO? You're going to believe it. I don't want you to get all excited. All right, we show these once in a while. Here you go. This is a real one now.
Yeah, that's got the best fucking video. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Holy shit. What the fuck is it chasing? Yeah.
Told you. It's going to start getting real. These things are coming right up out of the water, right up to people on the beach. And now, I'm going to ask you a question. And I want you to be honest. Do you believe that more footage could be leaked out of Area 51? No. You'd be silly if you thought otherwise. Here's more evidence. Yep, they're coming out, showing us the evidence. Here it is. Out of Area 51. Snuck out. He's still alive. They kept him alive with animatronics, I think. I don't know. I see fluids. They got him strapped in there, Johnny. I don't know. Looks sad, scared, and alone. Crying. Like a baby. What are you crying for? Shouldn't have come here, jerk. Oh yeah, those are real nostrils. They're not, you can't, give me a break. Who made this? This is supposedly snuck out of the 51 of areas. Now, doesn't it look like a robot to you, the way everything moves? That looked like a camera lens on the inside of the eye, didn't it? A little bit? Camera lens, maybe? No? Real? Think it's real? Sad. You don't see any movement of the eyes inside. No pupils changing from small, nothing. Oh, their eyes probably don't work like ours. Well, maybe they do. But look how close they get. We want to show you it's wet because the wet makes it real. And it also has teeth like us with porcelain caps on them. See these teeth? These buck tooth, because he tried biting one of the guys, so he left him 2 teeth so he could at least eat a cookie. Give him a cookie and he'll do anything for you. Anyway, there you go. Another fake. You know, it looks like animatronics. That's why. That's not the way eyeballs move. That looks so fake. I hate it. So we'll drop it. Like a stone. Get out of here. All right. From fake to real. Now I want to show you something that's so real that the new secure team had to post it. World War III on X. This is leaked footage beyond the ice wall. It's a lost alien civilization. Shocking new footage for you to watch. In 3, 2, engage.
Right over that thing.
For centuries, mankind has clung to the illusion of knowing its world. But beyond this frozen wasteland lies something that defies comprehension. This footage, grainy and imperfect, was never meant to be seen. It reveals not just ruins, but a wound in history itself. Who were they, these builders of stone and ice? Did they vanish or were they erased? The cold does not lie, it preserves, it remembers, and yet the silence here is deafening.
First of all, he said, sorry for the grainy footage. Didn't it say it was in 4K? Stupid.
Perhaps they are not truly gone. Perhaps they have only been waiting. Some knowledge is better left forgotten, but now it is too late.
Oh, I hate to hear that. You have to lower the volume by that much? Videos play that much louder than I am? That's weird. I listen back to these shows. I don't see that. It's supposed to adjust. I don't have any... Really, every video I play is at a different volume. And supposedly there's an audio correct that when you play a video, it's supposed to level it out to match the voice. I even have something here that shows it's supposed to be matched. And hey, when I listen back to it, I don't notice it that bad. That's weird. I'm sorry you're going through that. I wish I could change it for everybody. Everybody has different stuff that, they could argue about that. I get it. I just don't know what to say. I mean, if I go back and listen on my phone, let's take a listen and see. Let's see. I'm interested. Now you got me interested. GUFON. There's the show. Let's go back. There's the show.
Another intelligence, maybe as you said, transcended the need, right?
You know what I noticed? When people are talking, it's fine, but sometimes the music seems like it's really loud. I get you. Yeah, that was loud. I wish there was something I can do. Hey! Stars and Night Vision, thank you for the $4 on PayPal. You supported, yay! Thank you very much, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Yes, that's right. We still survive by you, barely. So we thank every single person who can be a member or, help out. PayPal, Super Chat, all that stuff. Appreciate it. I don't think I played this yet. I want to get to today's videos where Lou Elizondo said that Trump is going to sign an executive order to shoot down the drones.
There's lots of different possibilities, and we really need to consider them all.
I don't understand why we wouldn't have used one of those directed
Thank you very
EMP
much,
weapons.
Stars and Night Vision.
Brother, we could have, and we should have, and we didn't. And this is my point. It is so ridiculous, and all it takes is someone in the administration say, FAA. Look, I will tell you, when I was in Pentagon, I was part of a working group, the U.S. Air Domain Working Group, and it was co-sponsored by the FAA and Department of Homeland Security, DHS. And even when I was there, like 2013 and 2014, they were still arguing who was responsible for what. When you say, okay, who's responsible for drones? No one wanted to accept it. It's ridiculous, and this is why I think the president, you're going to see probably some maybe executive orders come out saying from now on, okay, you're going to do this. And if there's a drone in the sky, the buck stops with you. And yes, you can shoot it down. If it's not ours and we're not squawking, then shame on you, zap it. If it turns out to be a government contractor, well, you should have listed your flight path. Sorry, sorry, your $1 million capability crashed. That was your fault, not mine. So Yes, we do have the capability. Very easy to do that, but we don't.
Oh, Lou made a really great point. Have to admit. That's why we give them all a fair shake to speak. Lou said that Trump could do that exec order, and I think that's a great idea, and he does too. And hey, yeah, if they didn't listen to the warning and you're flying a drone where you should be shot down if it's on American soil. I believe that wholeheartedly. Overlander BC says, show's ridiculous with volume changes? Sold Out Radio. Every time he goes to a break, he blasts the music so loud you have to hit the mute button. But then he turns his volume down. LOL. SOR sucks. That's weird. I haven't listened to Spaced Out Radio in over a year. And I doubt he listens to what we do here. I just don't know. I've had so much shit go on in my life. I just haven't had time to ever think anything about those people. New Lou. Yeah, where is that barn, Lou? Remember those days? Lou says, we're gonna take him out behind the barn or something like that. I guess we'll have to take him out behind the barn and beat the crap out of him is what he wants to say. All right, I was going to play some Diana Pasulka, but you know what? She doesn't do anything for me as far as being an impact, but she's like, what if we do find out in the end that it really is angels and demons? That sounds like fun. So what? We knew that it could be a possibility that the aliens are demonic or angelic or both in a way, right? And we would look at them as such because they make miracles happen right in front of you. They can pull you through walls. They can read your mind, talk to you without moving a lip, right? Fly across the galaxy at speeds we couldn't even imagine. That's the aliens that abduct us, take us from within. By the way, I am watching this movie. What is it on? I think it's on, let me tell you, Netflix. And they're talking about Bud Hopkins on there. And all the alien implant stuff. And I couldn't. Oh, it's the Manhattan alien abduction. What a story. Now, I heard and known a little bit about it, but wow. This story is amazing if you haven't seen it on Netflix. It's pretty good. It is. And poor Bud Hopkins. I tell you, that guy, he tried. He did. He did a good job. It's a good show. You should watch it on Netflix. All right, let's listen to what the DP says here, Diana Pasulka, about maybe pulling back the curtain and seeing angels and demons for real.
I have a particular perspective. It might change, but this is what my perspective is now. And it's purely my own based on, and I'm not advising anyone to believe what I believe. So that said, okay. And of course, this is nothing that can be put in a paper and peer reviewed and published. This is just my perspective. I'm talking to Sean and telling you and people who listen to you. To me, this looks pretty weird, and I'm not liking it. Okay, I got a distinct feeling that there's something really bad happening. There's something really bad. And I started to talk to people who now we call whistleblowers. So they would talk to me, and they would say the same thing. They're afraid. So I believe that if we were to call these things anything, they would be in the realm of like the angelic and the demonic. That's how I feel about them. personally right now, my mind might change in 2 years if with more data.
Thank you for sharing that, by the way.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've actually shared it, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm an academic, and that's, and I've been talking as an academic. I've been going to universities to talk. I'm now talking publicly, and this is the first time I've actually said that.
She's an interesting woman. Really interesting. She's really smart too. I like her. I just don't know, like, she seems to flip-flop a lot. Like, she believes this, and then, like she just said, but she's honest about it. That's why I like her in a way. Yeah, and then ask me in 2 years, maybe I'll think differently then. Because things change. Data comes in, all new sorts of evidence, stories, accusations, lies. I saw this today. I'm going to play this interview with Greer. Not the whole thing. But Greer talks about a real story with the moon landing. Says we used another tape because they discovered structures on the moon. Either man-made or aliens. Members of his team have seen the real footage. Who? Cousins brothers? I'm joking. Calm down. I know you're not on their team. Members of his team have seen it. They were also followed by and saw E.T. craft. UFOs sat at the crater and watched, most likely as a warning because we aren't peaceful yet. We aren't supposed to leave our planet. Did Greer say that? We aren't supposed to leave our planet. That's how I feel. That's what I feel. And that's why I think there's always an extinction level event just in case we decide to leave the planet. We annihilate it. Come on, with the Egyptians, where'd they go? Why'd they have to die off? Why did all that stop? Why aren't we still building that way? Seemed pretty reasonable. Look how long the buildings lasted. I mean, all we have to do is seal it up with a little elephant glue. What do they call it? What kind of glue? Whoa, hold on. I accidentally hit an extra camera. It might turn us off for a second. Yep, here it comes. Bastards. Get out of here. I said no already, and it still popped up. Now it's down. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Stories. A couple selfish things that you and I didn't talk about last time. Moon landing. A lot of the stuff that's coming up with moon landing.
Yes.
Let's transition into a few other stories. A couple selfish things that you and I didn't talk about last time. Moon landing. A lot of the stuff that's coming up with moon landing.
Yes. Yeah.
More newer things are coming up. Stories. You see these clips, okay? And some of these clips I watch. I mean, I know you got opinions on this, and you've spoken about this before. Rob, if you can show this one that I just sent to you right now from 1969. These are claiming these are deleted scenes from 1969 moon landing. Whether this is true or not, I don't know. Whether this is Photoshop or not, I don't know. But I've seen these pictures and these clips all over the place. This is one of them showing, if you can play the clip, Rob, go for it. Watch this. So, lower the audio a little bit, Rob. It's very loud. This is first take.
One giant leap. So, I guess you want to do it again. Okay.
You can pause it. You see this clip. Right. I don't know if it's true or not. CIA, they made the additional movie talking about the fact that, that movie that came out, what was the name of the movie, Rob?
Fly Me to the Moon?
Fly Me to the Moon is the name of the movie.
That was a good movie.
That, hey, while they were landing on the moon, they rented a different storage place to and hire this lady that was a big propaganda lady who was good at conning other people, her and her mom.
Right.
And let's fool people into how this happened. Where are you at now with the moon landing? Did it happen? Did it not happen? Elon's very excited. The fact that president is excited. You know, he talked about it during the inauguration. How much has your position changed?
I know you've got takes on the big game. All of us do. But what if I told you that you could turn those takes into cash?
The hell?
What do you think about?
Oh, well, I've always known that both stories are incorrect. All right. So this is the master of how these counterintelligence games are played. So my uncle worked for North.
God, I can't. I can't. We did see Lou come on, so if I can, just a little bit. This is for you, Lou. Thank you, Lou. Just for you. Baba Lou. He's a Cuban. That's why. You get it? You want to see what Greer has to say? All right. All right. All right, dark hour. Keep me here longer. That's all I needed. Here we go. Here we go. It just takes him forever. And I don't like the way he's trying to come up with an answer while he's talking. He's thinking, what can I say? How can I say it? While he's telling bullshit. Just say it.
Northrop Grumman his whole life and was on the team that designed that lunar module that landed. And
he tried to put his finger in his ear. He just lied.
Worked for Northrop Grumman his whole life and was on the team that designed that lunar module that landed.
Watch. Uh-oh, I don't have anything to scratch except this plastic. Idiot. Now you know it's a tell, okay?
And he had no knowledge of this kind of skullduggery. He was an aerospace engineer and a project manager it was Grumman, became Northrop Grumman. And but I got to know a number of astronauts, Apollo astronauts. What's more important, and this sets the stage for this, Pat, is that if you go to our whistleblower collection, and it's in here, some of it, but on our website, it's the full interview, a man named Carl Wolf, very credible man. He was at Langley Air Force Base at a National Security Agency.
Thanks, Michael.
Relay station.
Come on.
And a piece of equipment broke, and he was brought in to fix it. And it was a compartmented area that he had never been allowed in, but they needed this fix. So he goes in. Two things that stand out in his interview. One, the operating center was almost like a international UN. There were people in there speaking various languages. This was on a U.S. Air Force base, and this is in '68. Now, what?
He asked him, so what do you think? And he goes into this, is it diatribe? I don't know what he's doing. He's going off on a tangent on something that's going to lead up to his answer, and he's going to eventually say, now, what was your question? Watch.
What were they doing? They were looking at the early digital images from the lunar orbiter. So the lunar orbiter is what went around the moon and was mapping it, right, prior to the landing.
We know.
In those images, he saw them with his own eyes, and I've heard other accounts, were ancient and modern structures that were already there, sort of in the area between the light and dark, sort of in that area. And he said they were very clear, crystal clear. I've heard this from other people. So what I understand is that when we were going to land, they knew there was a fair chance that if we landed, we may not be alone, and that might be seen by 500 million or 1 billion people, whatever it was, in '69 during the lunar landing. So they had to have, in case that happened, and it did. So what Neil Armstrong said to a friend of mine, and also I know Buzz Aldrin knows this, his sister has confirmed it to me, but he won't talk about it, is that there were all these UFOs that were in the area of the landing. So they switched to something they had filmed that was then relayed in, because there was a big time relay. Everybody thought they were seeing that in real time. There was enough time to switch in other footage. And they had to, because they were trying to keep the UFO issue secret.
I don't buy that. That was live. The whole thing was live. They didn't have a way to just, unless there were weird glitches that wouldn't happen, and they could go in on a glitch. And you're looking at, I would have to rewatch like 30 minutes before and then 30 minutes after to see if there was any tomfoolery going on, right? I'm sure people have done that. Why would I need to do it? I mean, this is the problem we have with the moon landing. If it was live, there's no way they could have faked it. If it was recorded and made to seem live, well, you can do whatever you want. And people didn't think they were going to make it there. So they probably did fake it to make it 5, 6 times. I don't see it. I don't know. I really don't. I think they faked it. They stayed in orbit, and they weren't going to risk their lives going through the Van Allen belt, because they would have been radiated. They would have cooked. Right? I mean, none of them died or are dying from cancer that we know of. I don't know. Right? So very strange. Very, very strange. Let's hear what else he has to say.
So did we go? Yes.
Oh, by the way, that's just my opinion.
Did what happened get disclosed? No. And I have people, I haven't seen it. I have people on my team who've seen the actual footage and of what was up there. So there's a lot to unpack here. And the question is, the old structures that were there looked very ancient, according to Carl Wolf. But there was newer ones, almost like a more modern structure. I think those may have been human from these covert programs, because remember, we had if you go into our briefing document, there's something called the ARV, Alien Reproduction Vehicle, from the Norton Air Force Base Air Show of 1988. And these beautiful artist renditions. So we have a first-hand witness who, Brad Sorensen, who didn't like the fact this leaked out, who was there at the Norton Air Show. And here are these, in a hangar at an air show, are 3 man-made UFOs floating. There was one like, I think about 25 feet, one around 50, one about 100 feet. And those had Mercury-era components inside. They were for four men inside. And the Mercury era would have been late 50s, early 60s. And they had scorch marks where it would appear they had been out of the solar system and around. Now remember, we didn't land on the moon until 1969. But these objects that were man-made electrogravitic propulsion systems and craft were operational in the late 50s, a decade earlier. So there's a great deal here that the public doesn't know. There's a lot.
Hearsay. Hearsay. Maybe not. Maybe not. However, would we all agree, though, something's going on that we can't explain, yeah? We could all agree that certain places around the planet have more activity than others. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's getting out of control, in my opinion. I think people are taking this to places that nobody can prove anything anymore. So that's what they did, that side of ufology. They brought in the ideology that if you say so, it is so. And we've got to reverse that, and we've got a big fight to change that ideology way of thinking, because it's wrong. That's like, believe every woman, everyone? Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, ain't gonna happen that way. Things are changing now. We're gonna get a legitimate chance at the actual truth in the next 4 years. And I hope this Trump administration can fix and reverse the way these people think, that because you say it makes it. That has got to be eliminated now. Now, one thing we're going to be stuck with, mentioned it earlier, are the AI videos that we just can't tell what's real and what's fake. It's going to be very clean. I think the videos are going to start off clean looking, too good. And we're going to say, oh, yeah, it's AI. And then they're going to throw in the granulars, make it look a little old, a little worn, a little more real, like film maybe, perhaps. They're going to perfect it if they haven't already. I'm sure they have. It's just slowly being used. We'll see it. And we're not going to be able to tell the difference. We're in trouble. The truth is going to be so hard to know. I don't know how we're ever going to go forward. I don't know. There will have to be complete disclosure. Till next time, kids. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry, FAP. You fell asleep. You missed a whole bunch of good stuff. Rewind. Enjoy. We'll be back tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. We're going to keep doing truthology for ufology. We'll do it for you. For you. Yeah. All right. We'll do it. We'll keep going. Thank you, everyone. And we'll be back, like I said, tomorrow. Hold on. I'll let you know what time. I think there's a UFC. But if it's pay-per-view, yes. Oh, it's at 10. It's late? No. Early premiere. Early prelim, 6:30. All right, we'll do the show. We'll be on at 7. Normal, no, probably 6. Jesus, it doesn't really matter. We'll be on at 7, same time. 7, not 7:30, 7. All right? Hey, be good out there. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. All right? Alien bless. And go help RSA. Go sub. You might learn something. I'm serious. No.
There's look at this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Christmas? And why did it download those treasured sites in Christianity?